Ivan Locke finishes his day at a construction site, gets into his car, and starts driving. On the way, he receives a message from a woman named Bethan, saying she's in labor with his baby, so he turns the car toward her.
Hi, this is Beth and I can't get the phone right now. Please leave a message.
Ivan tries reaching his boss Gareth to explain he can't work that night, but gets no answer. He calls home instead. His son Eddie picks up, excited because he expects his dad home to watch the match together. Ivan asks for his wife, but Eddie says she's out. Ivan tells Eddie that something important has come up and that he won't make it home. Eddie offers to get his brother, but Ivan says that he'll call their mother directly and hangs up.
Mum's getting sausages. Oh, yeah, and guess what? She's wearing the shirt as well. Oh, Dad, it's so embarrassing.
It's okay. Do you know what? Just get her to call me when she gets back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool, all right.
Ivan soon receives a call from his coworker Donald, whom he's asked to cover for him. Donald wants to know what's going on, but Ivan refuses to explain. Instead, he promises to stay on the phone while Donald handles the concrete pump that night.
We got 200 trucks from all over the fucking country descending on us at 5:45.
355 metric tons and 218 trucks. I need you to hold it together for me, okay? You won't be alone.
Donald protests that he has no experience, but Ivan insists it's manageable and that he'll guide him through it. When Donald asks if Ivan has told Gareth, Ivan admits he hasn't been able to reach him. Donald warns that Gareth will be furious, yet Ivan says he has no other choice. After some hesitation, Donald agrees to cover for him, and they end the call.
Look, I need you to do this for me, Donald, right? So start rounding up some cowboys, then call me back.
Bethan calls, voice strained. She's been admitted to the labor ward, and the pain is unlike anything she's ever felt. She asks if he's told his wife that another woman is having his baby. Ivan says he's going to tell her now. Bethan asks if he loves her. Ivan replies that he doesn't know her well enough to love her. Bethan hangs up.
Have you talked to anyone about the pain?
What do you mean?
A moment later, Ivan gets a call from home, this time from his wife Katrina. She mentions they're waiting for him for the match and that she's cooked sausage. Ivan tells her he's not coming home tonight. When she asks why, he asks her to go to their bedroom so they can speak in private.
I'm not coming home.
What? What do you mean? It's the match. I'm wearing the shirt.
I have something to say.
Once she does, he explains that a few months ago, while working on the construction job, he worked with a female assistant. She was older and very lonely. One night, she talked about how empty her life felt. He shared about his happy home, they drank together, and they slept with each other.
I stayed in the guest house, the one that had bad damp, I said. Remember?
Why are you telling me about some woman?
And now tonight she's giving birth. Tonight she's giving birth and it's mine.
He adds that in their 15 years of marriage, this was the only time he'd done anything like that. But the woman is having his baby tonight, so he's driving to her. Katrina hangs up on him without another word. Later, Ivan finally gets a call from Gareth, who's furious and starts yelling. Ivan explains that the woman having his baby is in London and that he needs to be there with her. Gareth then reads him a message from the company president in Chicago about the concrete pour, calling it the biggest in Europe outside of nuclear military projects, and saying they hope it will be handled by the best people.
No, right now, nothing is a joke anymore.
You're the last person on Earth.
Yes, I know I am the last person on Earth, but it happened.
Ivan assures him that Donald will handle the pour under his guidance, which only makes Gareth angrier. Gareth asks if the woman is Ivan's wife. Ivan admits she's not. Gareth says he never expected this from him and that he's calling the Chicago office. He adds that if it weren't for the good old days, he'd fire Ivan on the spot.
Look, I have no explanation, apart from the one that I've given you.
Alone in the car, Ivan talks to his father as if he were sitting beside him, insisting he's nothing like him. He says he'll take responsibility for his mistake and be there for the baby, unlike his own father, who was never there.
You think Daddy has looked like father, like son? That's the man I made.
Donald calls back, saying he's talking with the crew to keep everything on track. Ivan orders him to go to the site, operate the pump himself, and check everything in person, warning him not to trust anyone else. Donald agrees. Ivan tells him all mixes must be C6.
The mix, did we say C6?
Oh, don't say that like it's a question.
Okay, yes, okay. Sometimes I say things and it sounds like a question.
Don't ask me questions like that.
I'm not asking a question. I know you don't like questions.
When Donald asks if he's spoken with Gareth, Ivan says Gareth is calling Chicago and instructs Donald not to answer his calls. They'll make sure the pour goes right together. Donald agrees and hangs up.
You call the plants, Donald, every one of them, and get them to fax the order back so you can check it.
I will. I'll do that now. Did you speak to Garrett?
Yes. Don't take his calls. Don't listen to anybody else until the morning. This is me and you, okay?
Ivan calls Bethan and asks how she's doing. She says she's still in pain. He promises to arrive in about an hour and a half if the traffic holds. Bethan asks if he hates her for keeping the baby. Ivan says he doesn't know her well enough to hate her, so he doesn't.
Happened. That's it. It will go up and down, I suppose, but at least I'm coming, okay? Look, do what they tell you to do. I have a lot of calls to make. The traffic is fine, so it'll be okay.
Gareth calls again and announces that even though he spoke up for Ivan after 10 years at the company, they've decided to fire him. Gareth keeps repeating that he tried to defend him. Ivan says it's all right, but insists on finishing the concrete pour. Gareth wants him out of it, yet Ivan refuses and hangs up.
Ivan,
Listen to me.
No.
You listen to me. I want the pour to go okay, not because of the money. I want it to go right for myself and for the building.
Katrina calls. Ivan, trying to stay composed, says he wants to talk about practical next steps. She says she can't believe what he's done. He says he's been struggling for months to tell her and that the baby came 2 months early, leaving him no choice.
Because it was her last chance to be happy earlier. I was going to tell you before, but the waters broke early, so I have to do this now in the car.
He explains how his own father was never there and how deeply that scarred him, and he swears he'll be there for this child. Katrina breaks down, saying she feels sick, and hangs up.
I know I should have said all this a long time ago. I have behaved not at all like myself.
I'd like to throw up again, please.
Don't.
Donald calls to ask if they can use some C5 mix. Ivan snaps, reminding him it's clearly specified as C6 and that any mistake would be disastrous. Donald backs down and hangs up.
Ivan, this isn't a question. This isn't a question, okay? You still there?
Ivan calls home. Eddie answers. Ivan asks for his mother, but Eddie says she's in the toilet. Ivan promises to call later and hangs up. A nurse from the hospital then calls asking if he's coming.
Now, what is the complication?
It's a complication with the umbilical cord, and it means there will be a procedure.
Yes. Well, I will. I'll be there.
Good.
Ivan says he is. When she asks if he's Bethan's partner, he answers that he's the baby's father. She tells him to get there quickly because there's a complication with the delivery. Ivan says he's on his way as fast as he can.
She's very afraid.
I understand that. I'm driving.
Donald calls again to confirm that all the pours are now C6 and everything is going smoothly. Ivan tells him to grab his folder to help him through the night, then realizes it's still in his own car. Sensing something is wrong, Donald says he's never seen Ivan act this recklessly. Ivan asks for a little time to think and ends the call.
All the things you are going to need, and I have it in here in my car.
Katrina calls again. Ivan asks if she's all right, and she immediately starts screaming at him. She says he's been intimate with her after being with someone else and demands to know how he's sure the baby is his when Bethan could be sleeping with other men.
It was once.
What? And the difference between once and never is the whole world. The difference between never and once is the difference between good and bad.
I know it worked. The block was down.
Ivan insists that Bethan is not like that. Katrina snaps back, asking how he can claim to know her after just one night. Ivan explains that Bethan felt guilty and deeply ashamed afterward. Katrina becomes even more upset and hangs up.
She's having the baby tonight.
Oh, is she? Oh, forget that. You're a clown. Forget that. You're a stupid clown.
Donald calls with an update on the work. Ivan tells him to call the police and confirm which roads will be blocked the next morning. Donald agrees. Ivan then asks if he's been drinking. Donald denies it, but Ivan can tell he has and warns him not to drink anymore.
Donald, are you drinking something? What are you drinking?
A nice bottle of fizzy pop. Got it.
Good. Donald, it is fizzy pop that you're drinking.
It is.
Because if you are on the side, and I find out, I will cut your legs off with a fucking pavement saw.
Donald suddenly explodes, saying Ivan is in no position to order him around, clearly worn down by the job. Ivan tells him to eat something and keep his head clear. Donald says he'll check everything and call back.
1 can of cider, yeah. So fucking what?
Eat something.
Bethan calls to say there are complications. She talks to Ivan through her contractions to distract herself, and he listens quietly while she describes what she's feeling.
It's like waiting for God. Look, waiting for Goddo.
Well, by the sound of you, they're giving you gas, are they?
Yeah, they might have to cut me open because I'm too old to push.
Ivan begins to think about his father again and blaming him for the way his life turned out. He says he hates him and that no matter how bad things get, he'll fix what he can. He won't run from his mistakes like his cowardly father. He says he feels responsible for Bethan and the child and promises he'll be there for them, no matter how hard it becomes.
You never knew that because you never lifted a finger, you lazy. But you know what? You can take a situation and you can draw a circle around it and find a way to work something out.
Ivan calls home. Eddie answers, excitedly telling him their team is winning the match. Ivan asks where his mother is, and Eddie says she's still upstairs in the bathroom. Eddie hears something strange in his father's voice and asks what's wrong, but Ivan can't answer and hangs up.
Come on.
Ivan then calls the people handling the road closure. They tell him there's a problem with the Vale Stop and Go because the council has questioned the license at the last minute, so they can't block the road. The man adds that he has 25 minutes left on his shift. Ivan says he'll make a call and get back to him soon.
Okay, no, I understand. Okay, I understand. You'll get a call. How long are you on duty for?
You have a call waiting.
Well, you've got another 25 minutes.
Donald calls again to report the issue. Ivan says he'll sort it out and tells Donald to go check the rebars. Donald resists, but eventually agrees. Ivan then calls his other son, Sean, and asks him to find a phone number in the notebook inside his coat. Sean asks why he's not asking their mother, sensing something is wrong. Ivan promises to explain everything the next morning, and they hang up.
Dad, is Mum all right? She hasn't come down. It's half time.
Now you just get me the number of Cassidy, please.
The hospital calls next. A doctor tells Ivan they need to operate, but Bethan is refusing. She's waiting for him. Ivan tells the doctor to proceed and says he'll speak to her. He then calls Bethan and urges her to agree to the surgery, saying he'll be there in the morning, that it's the safest choice for their baby and that everything will be all right. Bethan finally says she'll do it only because she loves him, and the words leave Ivan deeply unsettled.
Can you not say it back even once?
No, I can't. Look, I can't.
Katrina calls and says she knows he asked Sean for a phone number. Ivan explains that his company is doing a historic concrete pour the next day and he needs to confirm the road closure. Katrina becomes furious that he's thinking about work at a time like this.
Since you've told me about this woman, you have been getting further and further away from who I know.
Okay, I made one mistake. I don't feel anything for this woman, but I'm trying to do the right thing tonight because she is on her own and the baby is my fault.
Ivan tells her that the woman having his baby is alone and that he needs to be there for her and the child. He says he knows what it feels like to be born from a situation like this, and he refuses to turn his back on a child who exists because of his mistake. He tells her he wants to come home the next day, explain everything to the boys, talk to her properly, and try to fix their marriage. Katrina refuses to cooperate. She says she won't give him the number and hangs up.
Do you still want me to give you the phone number so you can close the roads? Right, well, goodbye, Ivan.
Donald calls again and tells Ivan he's found Cassidy's number, the man responsible for the road closure, because he saved it from an earlier project. Ivan becomes excited, takes the number, and calls Cassidy immediately.
How did you get his number?
You gave it to me. You gave it to me in case anything came up over Christmas. Seriously,
I told you I'm in an Indian restaurant.
Cassidy answers and flatly refuses to discuss work at that hour. But Ivan pleads with him. Cassidy hangs up. Ivan calls again and begs him to help, saying it's urgent and that they need him to confirm the closure with the officer on duty. Cassidy finally gives in, and Ivan gives him the phone number of the deputy working that night.
You're Ivan Locke?
Yes.
I remember you. You ran a tight ship.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Give me the bloody number.
Ivan then remembers the miserable state his father was in when he came asking for forgiveness. Ivan couldn't hit him or fully express his hatred because his father was pathetic and old. He was no longer young, drinking and smoking and enjoying himself. He was simply worn out and defeated.
I was 23 years old, and this whole fact that I could have done it was worse than anything. No, because you were so f***ing weak.
As Ivan thinks about all this, Donald calls again. Donald tells Ivan that the rebars are not strong enough to hold anything and that they're completely stuck. Ivan tells him to call some of the construction workers, but Donald says no one will come because it's outside working hours and there's a match tonight.
Was there anybody there?
No, shutters all went home ages ago. They're not until 6.
Ivan suggests going down to the ring road near the fire station to look for a man named Stefan and to offer him and 2 of his best men 500 pounds each to help. Donald says he's had a few drinks and can't drive.
I can hear in your voice when you're drunk.
Ivan tells him that he doesn't have Stefan's number, so Donald will have to go himself. Ivan suggests running there instead. Donald refuses, but Ivan insists and says he can run fast when he's drunk. Donald finally gives in and agrees to run and get them.
Right, Ivan, here we go!
Oh, you're a good man, Donald. You're a good man. Go on, now run. Run!
Ivan calls Bethan and leaves a voicemail wishing her good luck with the delivery and telling her she deserves happiness, something his father never gave his mother. Soon after, Sean calls to tell Ivan that their team won the match, but Ivan barely reacts.
Yes, I'll explain when I'm not driving and when I'm with you and Eddie together, you know.
Sean then explains what happened and says their mother looks very upset. Ivan tells him he'll explain everything the next day when he comes back. Sean says their mother told him Ivan would never return, but Ivan insists she's only distressed and that he'll come back and they'll fix things.
You tell Eddie that it's okay and that I'll make it okay. Okay?
Doesn't feel like it's okay.
Donald reaches Stefan and his men and calls Ivan. Ivan tells him to get them working on the rebars as soon as possible. Donald says they're asking for 600 pounds each, and Ivan agrees.
Stefan is a good man. He will fix the pit and check the others. All 12 pumps will work.
Katrina calls and tells him she's talked to her sisters and decided to get a divorce. Ivan asks to speak to her in person, but she warns him not to come back home. She says she'll remove all of his things and that she does not want to see him again, telling him he's always cared more about his buildings than his family.
Kat, you know what? We can work this out. I know we can.
No, I've spoken to my sister and my half-sister. And the difference between once and never is everything.
Ivan drives in silence for a while. Gareth keeps calling. Ivan ignores the first call, but when Gareth rings again, he finally answers. Gareth tells him to get Donald to pick up his phone. Ivan says everything is being taken care of and that they don't need the new director because he's made sure everything is in place.
You know, I actually threw up earlier.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
Ivan explains that when he left work 2 hours earlier, he had everything and now he has nothing except the car he's driving. Gareth says that Chicago is going insane, but Ivan replies that he doesn't care about Chicago anymore.
2 words I learned tonight. Chicago.
Eddie calls and tells Ivan more about the match. He describes the goal their team scored and says they recorded the game for him and their mom since neither of them saw it. Eddie says they'll pretend they don't know the score and rewatch it together as a family.
Anyway, whoever it was, we thought he was going to boot it over the bar again, but he didn't. This is Caldwell, Dad. The one you say is always a donkey.
Bethan then calls Ivan. He pulls over and answers. On the line, he hears his baby crying. Bethan asks if he'll come, and Ivan tells her he will. He ends the call, gets back on the road, and continues driving toward the hospital.